Centrifuges, a type of life that might exist on an alien world, no doubt about it. Living mobile plants.
I personally believe that Montauk was most likely a test bed for some of the technology interchange between aliens and the U.S. government.
Back in 1909, the U.S. cavalry was engaged in catching some banditos that had crossed over the Mexican border into. And they went into a cave or a hideout and killed the so-called bandits, but what they found out they couldn't explain.
If you understand that an interstellar civilization have mastered the science of consciousness and their interface with technologies, it's not hard to figure out that if you enter into an expanded state of consciousness.
Now this, in my estimation, is a mothership, and it is semi-cloaking itself with clouds, and they are going to keep doing this until disclosure day.
Told about. There is certainly forms of life within the Earth that is not human, and this is a common theme in ancient cultures around the world.
That this drawing was, quote, almost like a photograph of an Eben, close quote. The only difference is the Eben skin color is cement sidewalk gray. I have also been told that among the variety of gray-skinned non-humans, some have been observed to change colors depending upon feeding schedules.
So she grabbed her shotgun and she went out to the porch. And she said she didn't see nothing immediately, but then she looked down toward the barn, and where there was a big pond on the side of the barn, and she said she saw a frog man coming up from the side of the barn, and she took her double-barrel shotgun and she shot it dead.
I had an office in the radar tower. It was the first office on the second floor in the back. Next to my office was another office, and I remember, I swear on a stack of Bibles, I remember a lizard man in that office.
This is one thing that you need to hear that no one has heard before, ever in public. This is me in my garage with this creature, who I spent days and days with.
It's been my experience and my research over the years that at least most what we call UFOs, anti-gravity technology, are flown by humans, not by extraterrestrials, because it's a form of technology that has been known about for a long time.
They were called horseshoe craft at that time, or horseshoe ships. There were UFOs, and they saw these, what they call demons, gray demons, little gray guys all around the place. Because what we are seeing is just an absolute spike in sightings all over the world of these strange, eerie phenomenons that are apparently non-natural objects.
That if you enter into an expanded state of consciousness, can remote view their location or sense where they are, and then with a coherent intent show them or invite them to come visit, they will.
The original source of the Ebens is a desert planet orbiting the binary suns Zeta Reticuli 1 and 2, about 39 light years from Earth.
It was His Highness Draco something, I can't remember the other name. And he was about 6 foot, 7 foot tall, had sort of like scaly skin, humanoid. He had somewhat of a humanoid face, strange eyes, a big mouth, and, looked like what you would expect if you're going to put together a lizard man.
And she said they had killed, she said she called it the frog man. But I know it to be a reptilian. She said they buried that thing, because we asked, well, where was it? She said they buried it right down there where they killed it.
Free energy technology, an offshoot of anti-gravity technology, is the ability to harness the natural electrical magnetic forces in the atmosphere all around us and turn it into usable warmth and power, which is what's known as free energy.
These Flying ships were seen as early as 1945, 46. Some of them were called Foo Fighters, and you name it. They were fully known about maybe as early as 1935 or 36 by our U.S. Navy.
We had the famous Roswell, New Mexico case where one or even two vehicles may have been downed. What's important about that case, the Army Air Force official release for the first 3 hours that they had captured a downed UFO. Then they tried to cover it up, said it was a weather balloon or some other object.
This pastel drawing was done by a Colorado male abductee. In late November 1985, he and his wife in their moving car were lifted up by a beam of cerulean blue-green light from a highway near Longmont, Colorado.
These civilizations that are observing the planet are concerned about where we are and where we're headed, and those civilizations have been around for anywhere from a 6-digit 100,000 to 1 billion years longer than we have.
The people that are suppressing free energy technology and have been now since way back in the early parts of the 20th century, they are the same people that are saying we must save the world from global warming or climate change. Well, okay, that's fair enough. If you say carbon dioxide is causing it, then here we go. Release the free energy technology, done deal. But they won't.
And Dan wants me to play that for you, so we'll try it.
Not gonna hurt you. Okay. Want some water? I can give you some water. It's all right. Sit down.
The Ebens did abduct the husband and wife. The couple in their car were carried from the Longmont, Colorado highway to a forest where an egg-shaped craft was on the ground, supported by angled struts.
So she said about a month later, a little bit less than a month, she said it was nighttime again, and they were in their bed. And she said this time, this blue light came over the whole house. So she said they went out there with both of their shotguns, went to the porch, and they saw what they call a UFO.
I prefer for us to stay positive here and go into this next understanding. I'm just giving you this as a cautionary tale that not everything that goes bump in the night is extraterrestrial, and the intelligence community have technologies to simulate alien events that are very effective.
There was a man walking through the woods, and he saw an old house. He turned around and got a necklace